Hello and welcome to the Skiffy and Fanny Show's Torture Cinema!
Fuck off! No! No, not on, oh no. Kill me.
What?
That's a direct quote from Shaun while he watched the movie that we're discussing tonight.
That is a direct quote from the chat. You're correct.
From the chat. At some point, he was just pounding the keyboard. Random. That was my rendition of that part.
I was so grossed out. I think I know the exact scene that's from, and that is when our two heroes, with deep quotation marks from hell on it, climb into bed with the two women scientists. I think that is the exact moment.
No, I think it might have been the later point, but
I don't know. I said
when the
fuck
women come into the guys, yeah. There were a lot of fuck offs during it. Yes,
very much so.
It was because it then went to this is a dream. It's got to be a dream.
I really hope it was. Oh no, it's the scene where she's like coming on to
where
one
the
of the
girls
guys.
are coming on to them. Yeah,
which
and just start making out with the guys.
Man, we're gonna get to it. Don't you worry. We'll get to this problem.
Yes.
I'm gonna have much to say. All right, I'm Shaun.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Aurelius.
And our Torture Cinema theme for this month was movies that I think Daniel will hate. It came down to a three-way tie, so in honor of Earth Day, we ended up going with the 1996 comedy Biodome. Comedy is in quotation marks here for good reason. Also, I thought Daniel would hate this the most, and that was sort of the selecting factor, and I think that's accurate. It is directed by Jason Blum and written by Kip Koenig and Scott Marcano from a story idea by three other bros. Biodome stars Pauly Shore, Stephen Baldwin, William Atherton, Joey Lauren Adams, and Kylie Minogue. It also features appearances by Rose McGowan, Roger Clinton, Patricia Hearst, and the debut of Jack Black and Kyle Gass as Tenacious D. Jesus, that is their debut? You poor bastards. It has a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb, an equivalent 2.2 out of 5 on Letterboxd, a depressing 51% on Rotten Tomatoes' popcorn meter, but a more realistic 5% on the tomato meter, which is the critic score.
This film was sadistically selected by Shaun from the three-way time by our Patreon supporters from a poll that was filled with nothing but pain for me. I think this is actually the one I ended up voting for too, because I just put it in a random number generator and Biodome ended up being the one that came up. But if you're not yet subscribed to our Patreon, please join and get a chance to suggest future torture movies for us. Force it upon us by voting in upcoming polls, and even join us watching it live on Discord. All for as low as $1 a month, $1 a month. And so you could have seen that that quote that I gave at the beginning. You could have seen that happening live as the movie progressed.
In fact, you could have watched it with me and Andrea, who had to sit through this entire thing while two other people skipped out on us.
I get it. No, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
I am. This deserves
well, they skipped
to be
out
shared.
And mocked you. They mocked you about the fact that they were skipping out too.
All right. Well, before we seal ourselves into the Biodome, let's get to what we're drinking. This is a friendly reminder that alcohol may be consumed on this show, but it is not a requirement. It's only a requirement that you bring a beverage. If you're at home imbibing of the sweet nectar of fermentation, you should do so responsibly, which means absolutely do not get behind the wheel of a car or any motor vehicle that is more than like one of those Barbie cars that you buy kids. And even then, I would say probably not. right? Be responsible for the love of God. And please, if you have an alcohol problem, do not drink. Just go have some water or tea or, I don't know, like a nice craft soda. There you go. So with that in mind, Daniel.
Of which there are many.
Daniel, what are you drinking, Booby Bear?
So I have a sort of typical Armagnac that I'm enjoying, but because of the movie that we watched and I hated it and it was painful, I also got out a shot of Kirschwasser in case I needed it from Germany. And it's in one of my favorite little shot glasses from Germany from the bear cave, a prehistoric bear cave. And it has these cute little baby bear cubs on it. It's one of my favorite shot glasses. And so what about you, Aurelius? What do you have for a beverage?
I am drinking Arizona tea. The price is on the can.
All right. And you, Shaun?
I got an alcoholic beverage. It's just tropical 7-Up with a little bit of triple sec and the Tabasco tequila that I happen to have that isn't very good. And I just mixed them together. There's not really that much alcohol in here. It's mostly 7-Up because I don't drink that much anymore because I'm old. But there it is. That's what I'm drinking. It is a pleasant color, I think. It kind of looks like what their pee would look like in the movie based on the things that they eat.
Oh my God. Good God.
It does look like kidney damage, right?
God.
Yeah, it does. Yes.
God.
Yeah. You're welcome for that image. Alrighty. Daniel has, for reasons I don't understand, selected himself to summarize the movie Biodome. But I need to preface something first before you get into it, Daniel, which is that I need you to acknowledge that this film is an unofficial prequel of Idiocracy.
Okay. That is... You'll have to continue on that then. I have not seen Idiocracy, so I've heard much about it, but I've actually never watched it.
So the thing you need to know is in the beginning of
I
Idiocracy,
need to remedy that, but...
they do a whole bit where they're like, hey, like it's documentary style, like, hey, part of the reason why society goes to shit is that all the dumb people have lots of kids and all the smart people are like too busy being smart to have children. And so they just show a bunch of dumb people just being like, like I'm picking lint out of my belly, and they have like 12 kids, and they show like a super bunch of PhD holders who are just like, I think I'll just have a scotch. This film is evidence that that film is correct, because I need to remind everybody that our two main characters are some of the most disgusting, horribly stupid, self-centered ignoramuses you have ever met. And yet, 4 different women in this movie, at least, throw themselves at them. Including supposedly smart women. Supposedly.
Well, none of the characters really here show much intelligence, I wouldn't say.
Though there's only one character who does, who's the one that realizes to save the world, the biomodal must be destroyed from the inside.
That's, well, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. He's correct.
Good old William Atherton. Yes. All right.
All right, Daniel, what's this movie about?
So Biodome is about 2 idiots, as we've established. Bud Squirrel McIntosh, played by Pauly Shore, and Doyle Stubbs Johnson, played by Stephen Baldwin. And
my favorite Baldwin.
They both have girlfriends, though God knows why. One girlfriend, Monique, played by Joey Lauren Adams, and the other, Jen, played by Teresa Hill. And the girls are both really into environmental advocacy and Earth Day and saving the planet. And the 2 guys basically say they are, but very obviously are not, which the girlfriends realize and make them basically admit to, but yet they still stay with the guys. It doesn't make sense. But in any case, after the girls, for one of the first times of many times in the movie, say they're just going to leave the guys go off and they're driving down the highway and they got to pee. And so they see this building and they think it's a mall, when in reality it is the biodome, which is this, like Biosphere 2 kind of setup where scientists are going to go in to see if humans can exist in this perfect habitat of balance with nature. Basically, they phrase it as maintaining homeostasis, which doesn't really quite make sense with what they're doing, but somehow there's a computer in there that's checking to see if homeostasis is being maintained or not. But Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin, Squirrel and Stubbs, find a way to sneak into the biodome because they still think it is a mall, and to go pee. And it ends up getting sealed then to seal the scientists in for 1 year for this experiment. And now Squirrel and Stubbs are trapped in there as well. And of course, they immediately start wreaking havoc, and their inane antics start destroying or damaging things, that careful balance of nature that the scientists are trying to establish. Much to the consternation of the head scientist in the biodome, Dr. Noah Faulkner, played by William Atherton, and Dr. William Leakey, played by Henry Gibson of The Burbs fame, amongst other things, who is the main sort of scientist that's outside of the biodome, supposed to be monitoring them. Also inside are Dr. Petra von Kant, played by Kylie Minogue, T.C. Romulus, played by Kevin West, Dr. Olivia Biggs, Denise Dowse, and Mimi Simpkins, played by Dara Tomanovich. So in any case, you have these actual supposed real scientists, and everything's being disrupted by the antics of Squirrel and Stubbs, and things get worse. The whole homeostasis collapses because somehow Squirrel and Stubbs managed to find a way out through a back window door that just happens to have a key in it that they can escape. And they go out and get a bunch of people and throw a big party in the biodome. And that big party, of course, destroys plant life. So there's no photosynthesis, which leads to collapse of the ecosystem. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, they start thinking about the error of their ways, and they want to rescue the biodome and bring it back to homeostasis. But William Atherton's character has completely gone nuts by this point, or has he gone completely sane amid the antics of Squirrel and Stubbs? And so he starts making bombs out of coconuts. He eats a parrot, and he tries to blow up the biodome from inside, even before Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin can restore homeostasis. But Atherton is foiled. The idiots somehow bring back homeostasis, and they leave to be reunited with their girlfriends, who now accept them again, despite everything. The end. Shaun is displeased.
Jeez.
This is why I played video games.
There's not much to like about this movie.
No, this is why I played video games, because movies like this existed, and they just reminded me
in the 90s
that that for whatever reason, our culture had decided that women liked dumb men, and I don't know where that came from, but I hate it.
Didn't decide it. Because you'll never guess who's writing these scripts.
The people that are writing the scripts, yeah. I mean, the fact that, this is a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes with audience score, there's a large group of people that love this movie. And back when it came out in the 90s, there were people that saw this and thought it was the greatest thing ever, because this is how people behave. Like, I knew guys in high school that were like this, right? And people were fine, and they emulated that. So, I mean, we haven't gotten to likes and dislikes, but I will make an argument that this movie is historically at least relevant.
No, you are not allowed to use any such
snapshot of
words.
the 90s.
No.
But,
no.
Like, from an academic sense, this movie is actually kind of interesting, but it's absolutely terrible.
This film is loved because of Purple Sticky Punch. That's why it's loved.
I don't know about just that.
No. This film is loved.
There's stuff of Pauly Shore that loves that.
No. It is Purple Sticky Punch. That is what did it. It is a bunch of very high people watching a stoner comedy and loving it.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Is it a stoner comedy?
I don't think it is, really.
Well, because, yes, they try to plant the weed.
Yeah.
Purple Sticky Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but maybe it's because of the rating. Because at no point do these guys actually smoke.
We don't see them do any. That is correct.
No,
and they're never acting high. They're just acting more like they normally do.
Oh, come on. They're not acting
they're
high?
acting like idiots all the time, right? And they're not smoking pot. That's the way they are.
That's their brain.
Okay. This movie is quite literally Afro-Mets because I got high. Like, come on. Like, that's what this movie is. Come on now. Come on. Afro-Met didn't have to fight the police in a lawsuit for defamation for nothing. Come on.
No, the case is made. Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
I get that they don't actually do it in this. It would be not like the, what is the Dave Chappelle movie, which is a stoner comedy?
Baked? Half-Baked?
Half-Baked, yeah. Right,
yeah, it's
where
not
they very
half-baked.
clearly
It's not
are
Cheech
doing
and
it.
Chong.
Yeah. But the
So
kind
it's
of
not
comedy
in
is
that
stoner
sense.
comedy, right? They're stupid. They eat obscene amounts of food. They're basically giant man babies, like running around. The only things they're missing is literally a lifetime supply of Depends. This is stoner comedy at its most basic, and the people in it even describe it as a stoner comedy. Pauly Shore himself.
Yeah.
I may have watched an interview today with Pauly Shore.
All right.
Wow, what was that like?
Weirdly not as stupid as this movie. In fact, he seems almost intelligent.
Wait, was this a recent interview or was this from the period?
Not from the period. I didn't look at the exact year, but he clearly aged. And it was him and Baldwin together. And part of it, it was like a podcast they did with, and they talked a little bit about their time on this film, and they do make a really good point. Specifically Stephen Baldwin, who makes this great point that there's all this talk about like making a second movie, and there's been talk about it for a long time, since at least 2013. There's been rumors that that's getting made. There supposedly is a script that exists at this point for Biodome 2. And he has said that making it would be very difficult because it is so very much a product of its time in a way that other comedies aren't. Mm-hmm. So, like, the example he uses is Dumb and Dumber, which has at this point had more than one sequel and a prequel film. And I think you can keep making Dumb and Dumber movies because they're not very much cemented in the time. This film is very 90s, like late 90s embedded. The very distinct culture, the environmental language they use, all of it is very distinctly late 90s. But they're going to make a new one, probably.
Yeah. No.
They bring back lots of things they shouldn't, so that doesn't surprise me. Even if it doesn't fit the era anymore, or if it was, very firmly rooted in its era.
Yeah. All right.
But it's got Roger Clinton doing a cameo, right? Like, are you going to bring back Roger Clinton now? Like, how is that going? Like, is he even alive? I don't know. But is that going to, like,
matter?
that wouldn't resonate with... No, but like, that doesn't resonate with the audience, right?
It'll just be Roger Clinton's head showing up inside of the purple sticky punch flowers. Oh, Lordy.
Oh,
man. Let's get into likes and dislikes, because I think we have to get to some specifics.
Yeah, we can't go on forever.
Can I be 100% transparent?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I be 100% transparent?
You love this film more than anything in the world?
Yes, I do. This was a huge impact. Heck no. Okay. So remember earlier, where you're like, "Do you got it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it. Let's go." Boo, 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 boo. Right.
Yeah.
As I started following, I realized that the link I clicked on was older.
Okay.
And so I'm totally prepared to talk about Pandorum right now. I got it. It's up. And like you guys are doing the introductions, I'm like, this seems oddly familiar.
Oh no.
Because you were on the Pandorum episode.
That's
But you watched Biodome, correct?
I did. I totally watched Biodome. I did watch Biodome.
Okay. So you just have the wrong.
Can you tell by the twitching?
I sent you the new one.
Is going gray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man! So you sent him
I sent
the
you the new one.
Pandorum link, and he's been looking at this, going, "Wait a minute, why are we talking about Biodome? It says Pandorum here." He's having deja vu.
Right? Yeah. I was having a moment for a second. But no, I did watch Biodome.
Okay.
So just make sure we're on the same page.
We're good.
We're together here. We're
on the same. Yeah, we're talking about Pauly Shore movie. Yeah,
literally on the same page. Okay.
Now, Pauly Shore in Pandorum, that would have been a thing.
No, no, he wouldn't survive. He would not survive.
Oh, actually,
hey, buddy.
Last man standing.
There you go.
He just gets out of the little boats at the end, and he's like, "Free mahi mahi, free mahi mahi."
In the end, it'd be him floating to the top with two of the mutants in bikinis, like, "Hey."
It's him giving a lecture on purple sticky punch to all of the cannibal aliens.
Exactly right.
I propose we plant the seeds. And I know what you're thinking. Illegal. But the value of purple sticky punch goes way beyond just token it.
They're wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Like the little like cannibal baby has got one. with the weed symbol on it, like.
Oh God!
Oh man,
that ship just needed to maintain homeostasis.
Yeah, well, that's not the word they would use, but yeah.
Every time they said that word as a teacher, my eye twitched. Like that is not what that word means. It's not what that word means at all.
All right, Daniel, your first or only really for this movie, go.
There were a few moments where I laughed. The one line about fucking Bill Clinton, I thought was pretty funny and caught me by surprise. And the whole bit about the Great Fire of 1979 with the chipmunk.
The chipmunk fire.
And then later, I haven't seen this much destruction since the Great Chipmunk Fire of 79. That was funny. So there were like moments of this, and they were very fleeting and few, where it was actually like I chuckled and had to laugh. So that is my like.
The
beyond
weird thing
what
is,
I mentioned before that you disagree with, of that it's set in its time and it's a really good representation of that kind of 90s movie of what lots of people loved. And still do.
But whatever. What's weird? If you read quotes from this movie without seeing the actual film, the quotes make it seem like the movie is much more fun and funny than it actually is. So, let me just read some random quotes from the film. Sans context.
Well, actually, before you get to that, the Mahi Mahi one.
Right.
On its own, like, as I was rereading that quote, I was like, but during the movie, the way it's delivered, that scene is really off-putting and not that amusing. And so it doesn't hit as comedy whatsoever at the moment in the film. So,
no.
Yeah, go on.
So here's Doyle. He says, I never quit anything in my life except for Chinese calligraphy, my thesis, Tuna and You, the early years, kangaroo anatomy, toe photography, booger sculpture, and masturbation. Well, maybe not masturbation, but give me a break. It's the only thing I'm good at. That's a fun line. Delivered in the movie,
valid.
Not so much. But there are lots. Like, here's one. What do you guys want out of life? To die and come back as a leotard. Right? It's funny. It's not funny in the moment. It's kind of gross.
No, it's not. Yeah.
There are lots of them. There's the fucking Bill Clinton one, which actually is still funny when you read it out loud. The one that I actually laughed at in the film, which is Monique, when she says, "Mom, can you please tell your love slave that if he's not part of the solution, he's part of the problem?" To which Russell says, "The only problem I have is that I've run out of Depends." And I thought that was funny. It was just out of nowhere. The problem with the film is I think the characters are so gross that when they say lines that kind of are a little gross but also just sound stupid, they just come across as gross.
Mm-hmm. Just gross. Because I mean, it's like if it's a joke, it's like, oh, ha ha ha, but like, no, they're serious.
Yeah,
like they actually meant that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are moments. Yeah. There are little moments when I chuckle.
There are little moments.
Just little ones. Yeah.
And that Depends line is one of the examples where this movie gets into almost like absurdity, where a lot of the absurdity is just so over the top stupid and like, oh my God, could people be this stupid? But that's one of those moments that is kind of humorous for its absurdity. And there's one visual moment. Was I dreaming? But I swear there's the safety dance moment where they're dancing to the montage that's going on of playing safety dance. And that's kind of amusing. But then I swear there's a shot where there's also like a little person in front of them dancing. Yeah. What was that? Where did it come from? Or where did they come from? It's really kind of surreal, that moment. And doesn't fit with other parts of the movie.
You're right. But when it does that, it's actually kind of a little fun. It's not funny like ha ha ha. It's more like, what the hell is going on? And I kind of wish that was more in the film. Is it just was being absurd a bit more? Unless like here are these two gross man babies that we have to watch like eat chips and have food fall out of their mouth all the time.
Be disgusting.
Yeah, less disgusting, more like weird shit just happens around these two characters. They're like chaos, like magnets, right? That's the problem with them. It's not that they themselves try to cause all the trouble. Chaos just seems to follow them. And so them being inside the biodome is inadvertently a problem for everybody else. They just don't realize it until it happens. That's how this film should have been made. Less gross.
But they themselves are not like morally repugnant.
Right.
Trash, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Aurelius, what about you? What do you like about this movie? The deepest sigh ever.
That you have to watch the video just to see that face.
It employed people.
Oh yeah.
People were able to feed their families.
True.
And buy purple sticky from the money they made from this movie.
No, that's illegal. At this time,
yes, very illegal. Very illegal. Well, I'm sorry. I'm in Chicago. Not quite.
But this is 1996.
Oh yeah, right. Very illegal. Very illegal.
Yeah.
Very illegal. You're not supposed to be doing that. It's not okay. It will actually trash your presidency if they find out that you did.
Oh yeah. Nice.
You cannot become president. Yeah, that was about it. It employed people. This movie. Okay. I did kind of like some of the, just watching it now, some of the. Oh yeah, I remember that was a thing, right? Like the overly plucked eyebrows.
Yeah.
And the little the girls wearing the barrettes in their hair. That funny stuff. The Tenacious D cameo, like to see them that young again was actually, I forgot Jack Black, again, kind of hot. I'm going to put it out there. Young Jack Black could have had your girl. So, put some respect on his name. But outside of that, yeah, outside of that, that was pretty much it. Yeah. There's some poor union guy who needed a job, and somebody called him up when he was like, his rent was due, and he didn't know what he was going to do for groceries, and said, "Hey, look, Pauly Shore's doing a new movie. We need a best boy grip. You're my man. How soon can you be on set?"
I mean, we have to remember, right? Like, Pauly Shore at this in 1996 was like a draw to the theaters.
Oh, yeah.
This film less so, but you know, he did like Encino Man in 92, then Son-in-Law in 93, and then Army Now in 94, right? Like, he was comedy gold.
Yeah.
And then he made this film, and I think it was all over, but you know, he tried.
I mean, well, I think with this film, I think the reason the film did as well as it did was because he just has such a large fan base.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, I'll go see Pauly Shore in anything.
Stephen Baldwin, not so much.
No, but he had done Usual Suspects before this.
Really? He was in that?
Yeah. Steve Baldwin's
right,
in Usual Suspects.
It's been a long time since I watched that.
Yeah, I mean, he plays a little bit of a goofy character. Just that character's goofy on purpose because they're trying to mislead the police. But he's like really acting in that film. And then he said, weirdly enough, in the interview I watched, the thing he said was that he was very intimidated about doing this movie because he didn't feel like he had the comedy chops to measure up to Pauly Shore, which I think is a fair concern to have at this point because of who Pauly Shore was at that moment.
We broke her lips.
Really completely froze. His whole ass internet busted.
He's broke. Oh God. But no, that's.
You're back? Are you back?
You're back. Okay.
Oh. I'm back. Yes.
You broke. You broke.
I just feel like the last 10 seconds, what did I say? Guys, no, wait, what did I say? What
just
did I do?
telling me off. Yeah. Stephen Baldwin worrying about the acting chops, as it were. Yeah.
All right. What is your like, Shaun?
I'm just gonna be frank. My like is that there were two lines in this movie that I actually chuckled at. One of them I already said, which is the depends line. I just found that funny. And I think it's just, I wasn't expecting him to say that, and I just found that very funny. I also weirdly found it very amusing that despite these characters being some of the dumbest people you could ever imagine, they give a lecture about Purple Sticky Punch in the middle that is 5th grade level good, which I was impressed by because the argument they're making for why they should plant Purple Sticky Punch is actually correct, right? It'll help with the oxygen. It's good for the soil. Like, all of these things they're saying, they have
can
like
use it
charts.
for rope.
Right, you can use it for rope, which is helpful, right? They're saying very smart things, and I was just like, why didn't you apply that at the junior college we find out they go to, right? Which I think the slogan of the junior college is, the thing I laughed at was like, there's no shame in it or something like that.
There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Which I thought was funny too, right?
Nothing to be ashamed of, yes.
But, mostly the movie's dumb, but there are these moments where it was just like, okay, I'm into this moment. This is fun. And then his whole, with the stick and everything, with diagrams and all that, or the Purple Sticky Punch, I was like, he's actually making a good argument. Plant it. Free the Sticky Punch. Free the Sticky Punch. Anyway, yeah.
Well, William Atherton, I guess, would be another kind of like in this. He makes the best of it. His whole end, arc of going around crazily mixing the chemicals to make those coconut bombs. It's amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in this is trying to give, who's like not the leads, right? Is trying to give a performance with what they're given. And it is just unfortunate that a lot of them don't get really much to work with here. But, you know, there you go. Such is life. Let's get to dislikes now. Daniel, give us your dislike, please.
Oh, God. There are so many to go with. The glaringly obvious one is the whole misogyny of all of this. It's really... it's rare that I've watched a movie that just was so disgusting. I watch plenty of, like, you know, horror exploitation things that have misogynistic elements to them, but it's never, this is just like blatant, and that's the whole purpose of it, seemingly. And so, like, you have that scene that alluded to at the beginning, where soon after they arrive in the biodome, one of the female scientists is nice enough to, like, give the two dudes a pillow and a blanket because they're stuck in this biodome and haven't come with anything like bedding or like a toothbrush or anything. And so they share that, but that's not good enough for them. They can't sleep. And so each of the guys gets up in the middle of the night and just goes into the bedroom with the girls and then gets into bed with them. And then also proceeds to snuggle with the girls, who then react and throw them out. And
well,
so on the one hand, it's really kind of disgusting and icky, but then at least the women's reaction makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But then later in the movie, after the Squirrel and Stubbs are kind of like trying to bring the biodome back again, all of a sudden the girls are like, oh, these guys are actually really cute and nice and funny. And they want to thank the guys. And so they walk into their room and proceed to, like, seductively talk to them or flirtatiously talk to them, and then walk up to them and start making out with them. To which the guys at first are kissing and into it, but, you know, their brains are slow. It dawns on them, hey, we have girlfriends outside of the biodome we still actually want to be with. We can't be doing this. And so they, like, push the girls off. But it's a scene that's just so infuriating because there's no way that the women would be doing this. There's, particularly in, like, the plot of this movie, there's no explanation for why it would be happening. They're scientists, they're intelligent. Why would they be doing this, acting this way? They know the guys have girlfriends. Yeah. So why are they doing it, right? So, like, you can understand why the guys have absolutely no control and are idiots, and kind of, like, for a moment the hormones take over and they're kind of into it. But, like, why are the guys the more responsible ones in this scene? That makes no sense. And it's indicative of the entire movie just giving absolutely nothing to the women. Joey Lauren Adams is a really good actress, and she's just given absolutely nothing in this other than acting like a ditzy kind of idiot that continues to forgive and accept these guys despite what they do. And then the female scientists, 2 out of the 3 of them are there just to look pretty and be something for the guys to be attracted to, that then completely fail in what they're supposed to be. And the other female scientist is basically just ignored in the movie and isn't really a major part of any aspect of it, right? So
but she does have a person, because she's involved with Bug Boy.
Oh, I completely missed that then.
Yeah. Really? So there's the bit where the boys are in the water tube thingy that they're treating as a hot tub. And
right, yeah.
Bug Boy and her are, like, walking down the trail towards it. And if you pay attention to their body language, they're very clearly kind of, like, into each other a little bit. And then they stop when they realize the guys are in it. So I read that scene as they're going there to do the very thing the guys are doing. And that moment has now been ruined.
Oh, okay. No, I completely missed that.
This movie has layers, okay.
Yeah. But again, why would the scientists be doing that? So yeah, that's my.
I
I mean,
mean,
I was
a year-
long-winded, but that's the dislike. The women are just grossly misused in this,
Yes.
both at the level of characters, very obviously, but then also it's just disappointing because there's good actresses in this and they're given shit.
This is the problem, I think, in the film in general, right? Which is the way women are positioned in this movie is in a very nonsensical way, right? The scientist women, as you've pointed out, are attracted to these troglodyte dudes for reasons that really defy any logic, right? They're gross, they're selfish, that they make very sexist jokes. They've already sexually harassed / possibly assaulted them, depending on how you want to interpret those scenes. I would call that sexual assault, what happens, right? Like, there's no sensible reason why they would. And then the girls that are their actual girlfriends, the very first scene we see them in is the two guys trying to get out of going with them to some sort of environmentalist activist thing, and them making up nonsense excuses, and then later just like throwing garbage everywhere, etc. And so I kept wondering, like, why are women interested in these guys at all? The two guys we meet later who pretend to be environmentalists because they just want to get laid, I understood them because there are men that are exactly like that. And I also understood why the girls would be sort of appealed to by that, because those men are manipulating them to appeal to their politics, right? Which they're basically pickup artists, effectively. But the two leads, I don't get it. It makes no sense why any female of any species would be particularly interested in them.
Any species.
But what's attractive about them? I don't get it. They chew with their mouths open. They constantly make lewd jokes. They like basically stick fingers into each other's butts and like all this like really gross stuff. I mean, like, at least Fred Flintstone, who is sexist, at least works hard for his family. What do these guys do? Like, do they have jobs?
No, they're in junior college.
Like they had like a house, and I'm like, what do these guys do for a living? Like they own a home.
How?
Or
in California.
There's a lot of plot elements here that don't make sense. But no, the only thing that I could see being a redeemable, I don't know if that's the right word, but a characteristic to them that somebody could say could be valued. There's no evidence of them valuing it necessarily in this movie, but they are at least honest. They're so stupid that they're unable to be the con artists that those other slick bros are, like, that are trying to basically get the girls by claiming to be environmentalists when they're not. They're smarter about how they go about doing that, but Squirrel and Stubbs are idiots, right? And so there's a sort of refreshing honesty to their simple-mindedness, because there's even at one point where it's towards later in the movie, if I remember, where I think it's Joey Lauren Adams' character says something like, "Oh, you're interested in the environment now?" Or he makes some comment about wanting to do something environmentally related. And she's like, "Oh, you're finally into it now?" He's like, "No." So Squirrel responds and basically gives her the honest answer, like, "No, I'm just trying to get in your pants," effectively.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that I could say is something that you could look at that as, like, at least they're being honest, which is a redeeming characteristic. Which is a low bar. Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? The way this film almost ends up is almost redeems their characters, because they're repugnant the first three quarters of this film, just about. They're super selfish, gross, etc., etc. At the end, right, when they basically are like, we're going to save the biodome, right, they come up with a lot of actually pretty good ideas. Like, we'll use old beer cans and stuff to, like, to get condensation and all of these kind. Like, they come up with kind of cool ideas. And
to
I kind of
reflect the light, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that this would be nice if what we get at the end is, like, they're maybe not all the way there, but they sort of go, I get why it means something to you, and, like, it was actually kind of fun to do this whole thing of saving this biodome. and we're like really actually proud of what we did, and it turns out all the stuff that you girls are trying to get us interested in isn't actually as stupid and worthless as we thought. We're still stupid, but we're gonna try, right? And at least then I'd be like, okay, there's character growth here, right? But there's none. There's at the end, like they might as well have their fingers in each other's butts again.
Well, Henry Gibson, right, the scientist outside the dome that's leading this all, he gives them a job, right? He says basically you can come back as one of the scientists here working in the biodome.
That's so dumb. What billionaire gonna hire these idiots?
Why?
Why?
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
Got it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, Aurelius, what about you? What is your dislike?
Okay. So you got my big one, the misogyny. The total lack of a, like, they put the whole movie on the line for the gag that we're doing right at this moment. Even like, you know, like the little person in the conga line, like, or like, how are these guys surviving? Like, how are they, like, they're entirely incompetent, right? And are not capable of making good decisions in any situation whatsoever. So, like, what were they doing? And the only thing I can think of is, like, I feel like this is, there's a period in the 90s where, like, they're really getting deep back into, like, slapstick comedy, like, really just goofy slapstick stuff. Like, they're trying to recreate the Three Stooges. And if they had just gone for the harder joke, I think the movie actually might have been a little funny. They just kept going for the simple stuff. And my other hate, as a science teacher, as one who works at a science museum, is just the total mocking of anything scientific whatsoever for no good reason. Like, you guys want to save the Earth, dorks! Like, what? That was my other dislike. This really, like, environmentalism then is all about just, like, cleaning up all the trash. Like, that was it. Like, we clean up trash. It has nothing to do with, like, water remediation or cleaning up pollution. It's all about the beach shouldn't be dirty, so let's clean up the beach. And that is the only recycling, okay? And that is the only environmental stance I think the writers knew about and cared to even try to, like, investigate. Because, yeah.
That's a totally interesting point, because this is effectively like one of those 80s comedy movies where you have a big frat party and the whole plot idea is that you got to clean up the frat house, or you have to clean up your parents' house before the parents come home, right? Here, it's just, we got to clean up after our party. We got to clean up the biodome because we've trashed it from this party. Yeah. And if you just do that, everything's going to work out and fine. Homeostasis is restored to the environment, right?
Yeah.
Now, the one point that they did make, and this really should be in my likes, is that we made a mess in the biodome and we have to clean it up in order to get it back to where it needs to be, which is the problem that we have outside the biodome when you think about it, right?
Yes.
I'm like, that was actually a pretty solid, salient point. Like, okay, 1 point for Gryffindor. But...
Well, they know, because
no.
Remember, they go to that lake, and they're like, remember when we used to swim here as kids? It's now gone, right? It's like a stream. You know,
which swimming there as kids was the mother would try to, like, dunk him under the water for a really long time.
Yeah.
And the flashbacks. Oh, the flashbacks. The flashbacks made no sense whatsoever.
None.
Like, first of all,
just how they lost brain cells.
Yeah.
Like Doyle. Was it Doyle? What was his name? Stubbs?
Yeah, Doyle Stubbs.
Stubbs has the same haircut for his entire life, except for that one where he has, like, the black spiky hair. And it made no sense. And then Pauly Shore doing an impression of Pauly Shore. It didn't sit right with me. It's just like, it's bad when you know it's a stupid movie. you accept it on the terms as a stupid, poorly written movie, right? And they still manage to disappoint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still manage to disappoint. I like our current administration.
I came in expecting stoner comedy, and some of that is in here, but I expect better.
Yeah.
Just
like, no, we usually
it's only a small
comedy,
portion of
funny,
it. Yeah.
The funny trip. We got no funny trips.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have the funny trip scene.
Yeah.
Nothing of that nature.
None of that.
All right. So what's your dislike, Shaun, other than that you really wanted a stoner comedy that went all in?
Yeah. Well, I probably would have said my number one dislike was how this treats female characters, which is we basically already did. And that's just because I find it risible to such an extreme degree. Not because I expect films to always like treat women in like some sort of perfect magical way, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense why the female characters are presented this way. And I just don't like that. The thing that I think I found really annoying is that the plot of this film hinges on one character not understanding how time works. Because Atherton's scientist character, right, when they find out that Bud and Stubbs and Squirrely McBurley or whatever their dumb names are inside the biodome, the super millionaire billionaire who financed all this rightly says, let's just open the door and let them out, and then we'll just reset it. And that's correct, because they don't find them days in or weeks in like they've been hiding. They find them like 3 seconds into the event, right? And so his whole thing is like, no, it'll mess up the experiment. I'm like, let's be real, buddy. 2 ignoramuses inside here did way more to your experiment than the 3 seconds it would have taken to open the door, get them out, reset the experiment. Like, it's sort of like one of those plot contrivances that I understand what it is meant to say about the character, but it also doesn't make a lot of sense. And it means that this movie gets to exist instead of ending literally there.
Mm-hmm.
As my mom would say, and then we wouldn't have a movie, dear.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yet they also have a window that's open, like from the desert, that you could just open up and exit out.
With the key still in it.
So yeah, that's not going to fuck up the experiment.
Not at all. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, none of this film really makes sense, to be fair. These 2 junior college dropout. No, they're still in junior college, so never mind.
Yeah.
The idea that
well, we don't really know.
We
never see them there.
We never see them there. We don't even know if they finished a class.
They might not have ever showed up. They might have been kicked out, and they're just telling their girlfriends they go there.
I'm amazed they can drive a car. Who gave them license? Look, I'm from California. Yeah. I've had to retake my driving test in the state of Minnesota, and I will tell you right now, the driving test in California was harder than the driving test in Minnesota, and it is even easier in the state of Iowa, where I presently live. So I don't understand how these 2 men managed to get driver's licenses. How do they put shoes on? I just assumed they put them on backwards.
I mean, they couldn't even eat snacks, right? They're like dumping the Cheetos everywhere. Like, bro, you're got to be in here for a year.
Yeah. They're on the floor. They're like everywhere. Like, no, in the hole. Inside this.
Speaking of the Cheetos, did you notice they all had like the tubs that those were in all had like biohazard labels on?
Yeah.
Of like all the junk food. Like, why did they have that junk food there?
Nobody knows.
Because their meals were all like soy based, right? So it was supposed to be all healthy, nutritious stuff. Yet they for some reason had these giant tubs of biohazardous Cheetos.
I also hate that joke. The whole like, oh, soy food, like it tastes gross.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It tastes fine. Shut up. You're from California. You've eaten a lot of Asian food. There's a lot of tofu in that. You're fine.
Yes.
You know, the other thing that struck me about this movie as I was watching it was thinking how like these men grew up. Like they're all like
Did they?
Did they?
No, like now in the world now, like it's like these characters, right? Eventually became like 50-something-year-old men. Now they're like 50-something-year-old men, voting.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
Yep.
Getting mad that women don't know how to take a compliment anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about,
like I said, there were people like this that I knew. Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Like they've got kids.
You know, one of them voted for Tiger King. He's a gay Republican. Got to vote for him.
Definitely.
So, what was with William Atherton's scarf? In all the scenes, no matter which biome he is in, he always is wearing this scarf. Did you not notice that,
no.
or that bothered the heck out of me? Like, why does he always have this scarf on?
I couldn't stop looking at the mullet.
Okay,
that
that's
hair
fair.
is something else. Yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't stop looking at stop looking at the mullet or his shoes. Like, just
he definitely had a look.
Yeah,
this poor guy was devoted his entire career to being unlikable men, right?
Yeah,
who honestly, maybe next to the other guy, the butterfly guy, right, may have been the most likable man in the whole movie.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Yes. He was ironically the most likable man in the entire movie.
If you think about it, those two scientist men are the only thing that's weird about Butterfly Bugman is that he's a little too eager to watch rare butterflies bone, which is a little weird, but he is like an entomologist, so I kind of get it, right? Like, I mean, at the same time, I suppose you have to be excited if endangered butterflies finally do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So, and then the other guy is kind of, as you say, right? Like, he's a little bit rough around the edges in terms of his behavior, but nothing about him, like, he's not lascivious. He's not being gross and telling gross jokes. He doesn't stare at the women in weird ways. He's just very committed to the work. And he's the Fred Flintstone of this group. I'm telling you, he's committed to the work.
He just wants it to go well, and he becomes the butt of the joke, which is
sad.
What makes me like the other characters worse. Like,
yeah.
And Henry Gibson just wants it to be a success. I mean, he's...
Yeah. Well, I think we have to get to our final thoughts and grades for this film.
Yeah, we do.
So, Daniel, final thought grade, go.
I hated it, F-.
That's it? Okay.
That's
Aurelius, it's up to you now.
I'm giving it a G.
There is no G. It stops at F-.
Like, god awful.
So, F- it is then.
F minus. No, wait, no, because that makes it positive. No. Wait.
We don't multiply, we divide. There's a difference. Oh, man.
Definitely F.
Yeah, I must concur. This is a film I don't think I ever want to see again. This is my second time seeing it in my life. I think I'm good. Yeah. So I agree. I think this is a consensus F- grade, guys. It's not a good film. I understand why some people like it, and like if you like it, cool beans to you. But you cannot pay me to watch this again. Actually, you probably can. I'm kind of cheap.
Yeah. And I will watch it for money.
100%. Yeah. At this point, trust me, I need money. I'll do it.
10 years from now, you got to watch it for Redux.
I like how ambitious you are that we're still making podcasts 10 years from now. 10 years from now. Oh, Lordy. That 25 years of podcasting? Good Lord. We're so old.
Will there be a world then? Yeah.
No. The bacteria will take over. Okay, folks, that is the show. So if you'd like to let us know what you thought, if you'd like to send us a grade for this film, you're free to do so. Send an email at skiffyandfanty@gmail.com. Or if you are part of the Patreon Discord, you can go into the Discord in the show discussion channel and you can talk about it. Or the movies channel if you want to talk about the movie. You can, of course, find this show, Blue Sky, Threads, Mastodon, YouTube, a whole bunch of other places. skiffyandfanty.com/skiffythings is where you will find all of those links. We are live every Friday, 7 p.m. Central for a new episode, almost every Friday of the year, with a handful of exceptions, usually for our break period. So find us 7 p.m. Friday Central Time at twitch.tv/alphabetstreams. And then if you have money you don't need for food, medication, or housing, and so on, and you would like to support the show, patreon.com/skiffyandfanty is the way to do it. $1 gets you into almost everything in there, including the Discord. We get our speculative dispatch and other kinds of stuff that's in there. So, free episodes and other kinds of things. So there you go. Oh, and we should mention that we are going to be releasing on the Patreon our Torture Cinema Redux, which is us going back to the very beginning of Torture Cinema and rewatching films from the very beginning and regrading, because we've now done like 160 something of these. It's a lot. So there you go.
And we want to give a thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Andrea the Abiding, Cameron the Chthonic, Caroline the Benevolent, Carrie the Divine, Chris the Candescent, Dan the Transient, Daniel the Cultured, David the Debonair, Jeff the Gracious, Erica the Esteemed, Joseph the Jovial, Juan the Junctional, KB the Kind, and Karen the Kickass.
Kat the Kinematic, Matthew the Magnificent, Paul the Pious, Robert the Reliable, Robin the Bold, Ryan the Resilient, Sarah A. the Sensational, Sarah E. the Sublime, Sarah O. the Rapturous, Stephen the Strange, Tari the Thorough, Tanya the Triumphant, and Trish the Imperturbable.
Excellent. Oh, and a quick thank you to Console Cowboy 88, who is a brand new live watcher today. And so thank you very much for popping out. I hope you enjoyed the show. And thank you for commenting in the chat. We appreciate you. So, and appreciate everyone else who also is here. Just, Annie and Paul and Trish. And there may have been some lurkers I won't draw attention to, because that's not fair to lurkers. So, as for me, ShaunDuke.net is my website. If you put /Duke things on that, you'll find all my socials and links to various things. And then I am at twitch.tv/alphabetstreams Sundays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central for gaming and other kinds of shenanigans.
You can find me, Daniel, at Reading 1000 Lives. That's 1000, the number, as opposed to spelled out, on either my blog or on Blue Sky at Reading 1000 Lives. And also make sure, if you don't, check out the Skiffy and Fanty blog.
You can find me on Blue Sky at Aurelius Raines II, AureliusRaines 2. And that's it.
You're around.
Don't come to my Instagram, it's boring.
All right, Skiffy and Fanty bylaws require me to make this hopeful. And I'll just say that we never have to watch this movie again.
Woo!
Woo! So there it is. So hopeful ending and scene.